What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So Diablo 4 did a live stream reveal and they showed off a lot of really cool things, and there is new info on Diablo 4. So starting right off, all the info that we're getting from is taken from the official Diablo 4 live stream. It was about an hour and a half long, but I'm here to sum up and condense all the info that you really want to actually hear about really fast. So first off, they did mention the price point of the battle pass, as well as other boosts that are in the game, as well as a brief introduction to the crafting in the game, which you can actually craft legendary items. So starting right off, as far as the live stream goes, one thing that they did reveal was the price point of the Diablo 4 limited collector's box. This just got revealed. It just came out today. But anyways, they were showing off some of the stuff inside of the box that was shown. Now, what is very important with this, basically it's $100. It's 96.66. I like that. But basically it's $100, and what comes in here is a few different things. Now, some of the things I was wondering myself, what are the scale of these things? And this candle over here, in terms of the candle, it's just one candle, by the way. I know some people were thinking that there was two, but it's just basically it's got a front and a back. How big is this box? So here's the box, and just as a heads up, this does not, NOT, does not include a copy of the game. So this is like, again, the collector's box here. Here's what the map looks like. You get a map, which is kind of cool because I was wondering how big is this map. Can I throw it in my background? And it looks like it's about, about this big. So there's a scale for you. And then on top of that, there is the collector book, and there is the scale on that. They said that there is hundreds of pages here. And this is also a picture of the candle. Again, I was wondering the scale. This is going to be battery operated, by the way. It's not a real candle. And then on top of that, I want to get into crafting because this is stuff that actually matters, but I figured I'd go over all of the stuff that was mentioned here. So we're going to dig into crafting, then we'll talk more about like the monetization in terms of the battle pass, because they actually revealed the price, and this is the first time that we're actually seeing the price. So going into stuff that really matters for the actual gameplay. So how aspects work. You're going to be doing dungeons. Now, before you start the dungeon, and it'll tell you what aspect you unlock, because some of these aspects are tied to a very specific class, but I'm not sure if all of them will be locked to a very specific class. Maybe we can imprint these on other items. But how it works is you do these dungeons. You're going to be gaining a legendary power. Think of it kind of like if you play Diablo 3, it is kind of like a Kanai's cube. Now, you can craft this onto any piece of gear that is either a legendary, or you can put it onto rare items. You can convert a rare item, let's say you really like a yellow item, right? It rolls really well, it's got all the stats that you're looking for, and you want to go ahead and make that item have this legendary power. Now, in this instance over here, we can see that it says aspect of overwhelming bolts. It makes it so charged bolts, which is a sorcerer skill. It gains 2 extra projectiles, but its mana cost is increased. So there is technically a downside by this, and it says unlocked by completing Wretched Delve in Skosglid. So basically, there's an area, you do the dungeon, and that's going to unlock the special power. You can then take that special power and put the Codex of Power on top, and it'll show you. And what is it going to cost? It's going to cost you Baleful Fragments and Veil Crystals. None of these, as far as I'm aware of, are actually purchasable. They even said that there's no power that you can buy, but these are just different forms of currency. If you play Diablo 3, I mean, you know what Veil Crystals are. You just get those by disenchanting items, and most of these you'll just kind of acquire through your actual gameplay. But on top of that, they actually mention a few other things that I feel like are really important. I'm going to go ahead and highlight them real quick. So, first off, the Battle Pass. What is the price of the Battle Pass? So, the Battle Pass is $10 in terms of the price point. By the way, buying the collector's box, it doesn't give you anything in the game. I just want to go ahead and reiterate. It does not give you the game. It doesn't give you the Battle Pass or like any tiers on the Battle Pass. There's an Ultimate Edition that does come with the tier system. Now, what's interesting, they mentioned something called earning favor, and they mentioned a boost. I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip because it's very vague on what this is, and I'm curious to know, do you guys have any idea on what they mean by this? Let me go and play it real quick.
If you don't buy the battle pass, and there are still many like items in the battle pass are still available for free. You'll just get access to as you rank with the battle pass anyway. So even if you don't spend the $10 to purchase the
there's price point,
you'll still get like some minor cosmetics and a few like gameplay like boosts you'll be able to earn during the course of that experience. Okay,
so my question is, what are these boosts? So are they going to be magic find boosts? Are they going to be XP boosts, extra material boosts? They didn't actually specify, but I'm really curious to know what these boosts are, because as you progress through the battle pass, that is something where like maybe someone plays a little bit earlier, they will have a head start on some sort of bonus, but eventually, obviously, as you level up, if you get it there, you know, you'll get it eventually as well. But yeah, curious to know how you guys feel about that. Do you guys think that there should be no boosts? Again, it's not specified exactly what these are. Now, they also mentioned, which is actually pretty important, that each Battle Pass will have a season that lasts 3 months long, and also we'll talk about crossplay and stuff like that. So another important thing is, if you guys remember, they mentioned if you did pre-order Diablo 4, you would get access in some of the more expensive versions. Basically, if you spend 10 more bucks or 20 more bucks, you get access to the game 4 days early. Now, a lot of us were kind of worried about like the leaderboards. You know, if someone did pre-purchase the game and they bought that edition of the game, would, you know, that give them any advantage? Season 1 will not start immediately. What they mentioned in the showcase that they did for like the update is it's going to be a few weeks after, so maybe 3 weeks after they would start the Season 1. This way everyone can get kind of familiar with the game. So in terms of that being an issue, in terms of people pre-ordering and buying that special edition of the game and getting a head start, it won't really matter because it'll just be that you can play the game early, but season will not start ASAP for leaderboards and stuff like that. Okay, now on top of that, they mentioned how long is it going to be taking to complete the battle pass, because this is something that's very important as well. As you know, sometimes people are unable to complete, let's say, the season journey. You got life, other things get in the way, you can't slay demons all day. They mentioned that it's going to be about 75 hours to complete the battle pass, and you've got 3 months, so roughly, if you're playing about an hour a day, you'll be a-okay, or you can, you know, have those long weekends where you're just grinding for 10 hours a day in between. So that's about what's going to be taken to complete the battle pass. That will have cosmetics. They mention again that you're not paying for power, but I'm really curious to know what these boosts are in the battle pass. Now, they mentioned that you're still going to have to level up to get these boosts. You can't just buy all of the tiers and have everything at ASAP, like as soon as you hop in. But again, I don't know what those boosts are. I really wish they would specify on that. They also mentioned that there is going to be crossplay. Well, I've already actually talked about crossplay, cross progression, but you do have to buy another copy of Diablo 4 if you want to do that cross progression. So basically, let's say I play on Xbox. If I want to play on PC, I have to buy the PC version of the game. Yes, my accounts are linked, but I do not need to buy another battle pass, even though it's the same account, because there's cross progression. So that's good. So you will have to buy a secondary game account if you do want to actually do cross progression, if that makes sense, but you don't have to buy another battle pass. They also gave us a first reveal on some uniques that are in the game. So I talked really briefly about the crafting, the legendaries. Basically, take a rare item, go do a dungeon, you get that special modifier, you imprint it on, just like kind of like unlocking it on the Kanai's cube, and then you just put it on your, you know, the item instead of like, you know, on your Kanai's cube, right? And I believe that, I'm not sure if it works, like you can only use it once. I believe you can keep on using it, but it's at a very low tier. Like these numbers, if I go back over here to the special power that you unlock, some of these numbers, you'll see that they are in like yellow or in blue. Those numbers actually do have a roll. So certain items that you pick up off the ground will have a better roll than the one that you craft, if that makes any sense. So crafting technically is like a worse version, but at least gives you the base version of it. So it gives you like a guaranteed, like you will see what you get for the dungeon. By the way, as far as I'm aware of, it's 100% chance. It's not like, oh, you may get the drop, right, where you're farming it over and over again. You get it 100%, so that's pretty cool. But another thing I want to go ahead and mention is the unique. So a unique, you can't modify, it's just there. You can't re-roll certain things. If you play Diablo 3, I believe how it works on legendaries as well as yellows, you can re-roll just like you would in Diablo 3 one stat. But as far as uniques, I don't think you can re-roll certain like, you know, modifiers. I don't know if that's something that may change down in the future, but as far as I'm aware of, uniques can't be changed. So we've actually got Shaco as a reveal. If you guys remember Shaco, that's like the +2 to all skills. Back in the .08 Shaco in Diablo 2, you had like the extra damage reduction as well. But yeah, Shaco is also in the game. They also mentioned 3 brand new ones. So Shaco we knew about. Wind Force, which probably has something to do with knocking things back. Mage Fist is probably something for either mana regen or +2 fire skills. Could be something brand new. And they're also mentioning the Grandfather. Back in like, was it .09 in Diablo 2? That was like one of the best weapons in the game. Then, you know, obviously that changed later with like Breath of the Dying and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, Grandfather will also be making a return into the game. But there is also one big announcement that they mentioned that like Diablo 3 is getting something cool very soon. I'm guessing it's a new season, but there's also something I guess coming out for like us right now. Diablo 2 is already getting some like new event where there's like it's changing daily apparently, which is cool if any of you guys are ID2R fans. But I'm really excited to see what Diablo 3 has as well in the future, which is literally tomorrow. So once that announcement comes out, I'll let you guys know if it's worth hopping back in to check it out, or if it's just maybe a cosmetic, you know, then I'll show you guys the cosmetic. But yeah, there's a big announcement for D3 coming out tomorrow. So if you guys are brand new here and you do want to see what the heck that announcement is, or I might just tweet about it if it's just something small. I'll make a, what they call a YouTube poll. I'll just mention it over there. But anyways, if you're brand new here and you do want to see more updates on Diablo, as well as other gaming content, subscribe to the bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And let me know, guys, your thoughts on anything down below. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace.